The Department of Public Health and Human Services is pleased to bring you Aging Horizons. Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, fraud, legal issues, veterans benefits, and caregiving. Aging Horizons is a program dedicated to inform and prepare Montanans on these timely issues, making a difference to you and your loved ones. Here now is today's program host.
Hi folks, today on Aging Horizons, it's our Medicare monthly show, and we have a great guest with us from Area 8, which is Cascade County, the Great Falls area, who's going to tell us about Area 8 Agency on Aging and all the great programs they have, along with all the great help and assistance you can get with your Medicare. We have so much to tell you. It's a great show, so stay with us.
This is Bill. He just received his new Medicare card and is following some simple rules to protect himself from fraud. He knows to never give out his Medicare, Social Security, or bank number over the phone. And this is Nancy. She knows that to detect any problems, she always reads her Medicare Summary Notice or Medicare Advantage EOB to make sure the billing is correct. Both Bill and Nancy know that anything suspicious can be reported to Montana SMP at 1-800-551-3191.
Good care is your right. In Montana, there's over 11,000 beds in nursing homes and assisted living facilities. If you or a family member needs assistance or help in obtaining information about care issues and placement options, call 1-800-332-2272. If you or a family member need information about Montana's long-term care resident rights, or if you need help solving a problem or a complaint about a nursing home or an assisted living facility, call us at 800-332-2272.
You mean I can get help paying my prescription drug premiums?
Let me get this straight. I could be eligible for help with my family's prescription premiums even though I own my own home?
And our assets won't be counted.
If you're a Montana resident enrolled in the Medicare prescription drug program, you could be eligible for help paying your premiums. Call or visit the Big Sky RX website today to find out, even if you think you're over income.
What do you know about that? I'm eligible.
Providing long-term care for someone in need is a labor of love, but it is a labor. Time apart is healthy and necessary both for the caregiver and the person receiving care. It allows each a respite, time to relax and recharge. If you're a long-term caregiver, visit the new Lifespan Respite website. Financial assistance may be available. Respite for caregivers. It's okay to need it. It's okay to want it. It's okay to get it.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Aging Horizons, brought to you by the Department of Public Health and Human Services. I'm your host, Kimmy Everman, and as I said in the open, it's our monthly Medicare show. Always really enjoy that show as a former Medicare advocate myself, and I'm so glad today that we have with us Pam Roach, who's from Area 8, which is the Cascade County sort of Great Falls area, and she's going to be with us to talk about Medicare in her agency and lots of other benefits as well. Pam, welcome.
Thank you, Kimmy. It's good to see you.
Good to see you. Now, Pam, you are what is referred to as a resource and assessment specialist for your Cascade County Aging Services. What does that entail?
It's a nice title that really means that I'm a Medicare or a SHIP counselor, and that I can help people when they call in, answer questions for information and assistance.
Great. Okay, so you're going to have a good handle on what we're going to talk about today. But the first thing I want to ask you is about the Area Agency on Aging system itself, because we've talked lots on this show about that system. One of the things that we've been doing in the last year or so is trying to highlight each of our area agencies. Hence, you're here with us today talking, and just let people know what's out there for them. So can you just give us a little thumbnail sketch of what an area agency is all about?
Well, we're here to help our community, particularly with our aging population. We're a support area. They can call in, or the family can call in, ask questions if it's about Medicare, or if they need assistance with aging parents, if they have concerns. We can at least give them guidance as to resources or help answer questions. We can mail or email out information like assisted living facilities, or if they're needing more Medicare information, we can sure send those out, that out too.
That sounds great, Pam. And also, I want to clarify one thing right up front so that nobody is confused in our audience. These programs that you help folks with, you're not funding them at the area agency. You have contacts and resources that you connect people with. Is that correct?
Yes, I guess you could kind of call us sort of a clearinghouse. We're here to help and support in the best way that we can. We do offer some services, but there are some that we know that other programs or other agencies are better equipped to deal with, and so we would send that person to them.
Right, because what really at the end of the day, it's all about making sure that consumer gets what they need, not what we have to give them, right?
Right, that we're supporting our aging community as best we can.
Well, let's talk about some of those programs, because I think there's about 7 that are really major. Let's talk first about transportation.
We do have a transportation program. It's a curb to curb, meaning that we come and pick you up at your home. We drop you off at your appointment. It is $2 one way or $4 round trip. We do schedule medical appointments first. Then we can schedule hair appointments or trips to the grocery store. We do ask that you call at least 24 hours ahead of time. Most people, as soon as they know that they're going to have a doctor's appointment, they'll call right away. We only have a couple of drivers at the moment, so we do have a limited amount of time that we can pick up people and schedule them. Where rides run usually from about 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Great. And so they're actually coming right to that person's door? Wow.
Yes, we drive to their home or wherever it is they're living, so long as it isn't like assisted living or nursing home,
right.
And then help them get to where they need to go.
And I think you might have mentioned this already, but let's say it again. And they accommodate ADA situations, people with walkers, people with canes.
Yes, we do not have a wheelchair accessible vehicle. In that case, that's where we do suggest we have another transportation program in Great Falls. We suggest they, contact them. But yep, if you have a cane or a walker, we can sure help you, so long as you're able to get into and out of a vehicle.
Yeah, and there's another, a good reminder. It's not that you have every service, but you may have a contact to get the person to the thing that they really, really need.
Yes.
Next, and this one everybody knows about, I hope anyway, Meals on Wheels.
Mm-hmm. So our Meal on Wheel program is run Monday through Friday, except for holidays. It is what we call a noontime delivery. Actually, it's delivered about between 10:30 and 1 through the day. It is a nutritious meal because it is based on what the Meals on Wheels people have for guidance. It is a $6 suggested donation, and then we have our drivers come and deliver your meal to your home. And it is kind of a mini check to make sure that they're doing well as providing a warm meal that is prepared at our Meals on Wheels kitchen.
Well, and I guess I'd like to say, along with that warm meal, they get a warm heart, because the folks, I know when my folks were getting Meals on Wheels, they looked forward to the folks coming to the door to drop them off. Just 5 little minutes of conversation a day might be the most that a person gets. And thank goodness if they have someone like a driver to stop and just chat for a minute, make sure they're okay. Right?
And our drivers do that. And I've helped out with driving and delivering meals. And it is a good connection. And they do come to really like their drivers. And they'll ask if they're not there that day, are they okay? So it's a mutual two-way connection that we have.
Super. Well, folks, that's just 2 of the programs that we've talked about so far. We have 5 more to go. Please stay with us. There might be something that you could use, or a friend or a family member. We'll be right back.
I was outside working on some equipment, nothing too strenuous. I started sweating and feeling out of breath.
When he felt pressure in his chest and aching in his arms, I knew we had to call 911.
First responders were there before we knew it. 38 minutes later, the doctors had restored the blood flow to my heart.
Now we know dialing 911 saved his life.
Your life is on the line.
This message sponsored by Mission Lifeline Montana.
I think the most pleasant surprise when we turned 65 and signed up for Medicare Part B was finding out about our Welcome to Medicare preventive visit.
It was free, and it gave us the opportunity to visit with our doctors and establish a plan for our health going forward.
They reviewed our medical history, measured our height, weight, blood pressure, and counseled us on other risk factors.
To learn more about Medicare's free or low-cost preventive and wellness benefits, call your local SHIP counselor at 800-551-3191. I mentioned it's free, right?
Twice.
Out here, we love our animals, from the wildlife to the livestock. Inside, it's the same. They're just like family. We keep them happy and healthy, most of the time. Secondhand smoke puts pets at risk for cancer, feline lymphoma, vomiting, increases the risk of tumors and lung cancer, even causes eye and skin disease. Secondhand smoke puts your pet's life at risk.
Flight 109. Is that Evel Knievel on the runway?
Whoa, Daredevil. You need a Montana Real ID to fly. Go to mtrealid.gov to make an appointment.
Looks easier than jumping a canyon.
Smile. I see you changed your name from Robert to Evil. Did you bring your name change documentation?
I'm not trying to pull a stunt. Got the paperwork right there.
Go to mtrealid.gov.
Now I can fly. It's that easy.
Hello, welcome back to Aging Horizons. It's our Medicare Monthly show, and we're talking with one of the SHIP counselors, among many other hats that she wears, from the Area Agency on Aging out of Great Falls, and that's Area 8. Pam, welcome back. Good to have you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we were talking when we left last segment about some of the great programs that people can access through your agency. So the next one on the list is one that I really love, and this is the home attendant and the respite sort of assistance. Can we talk about that?
Sure. Well, we do have a home attendant program. We have a couple gals that work here. They are part of Cascade County Aging Services. There are our employees, and they can come into the home and do a little light housekeeping. And so you'd call Betty. She's the program director. Connect with her, set up a time if they have any slots available, because we only have a couple of people. There aren't a lot of spaces available, but the gals can come in. They'll just do, like I said, a little light housekeeping. They're not able to provide any personal care, so they're not there to help you with your prescriptions, but they are there to help dust and vacuum and do laundry and those little light duty activities.
And yet another person who can check in, get a connection with that person, make sure that they have someone to talk to throughout the day, and aren't just sitting there bored and lonely.
Right. And then wondering, what am I doing with all my laundry?
Yeah, well, I wonder that too, but I agree.
So the same gals also provide respite. And so they can go into the home and provide up to like 4 hours of caregiving. So what that is they're just basically sitting there with the person who has maybe dementia or some issue. And then the caregiver is able to go out and have that time for themselves for whatever they need to do. So it does set aside a block of time. And again, Betty runs that program, so she's the one you'd have to visit with about seeing if there are any available times.
And we'll put that number up on the screen so folks will know how to get in touch with you and Betty and all the folks at your area agency, Pam. Really, really good resource. Now, I need to apologize because I skipped over something that we need to talk about under the Meals on Wheels category, and that was the congregate meals. Do you mind if we just go back for 1 minute and you can explain that along with those Meals on Wheels?
Sure. So for the Meals on Wheels, that is where they're delivering the meal to the home.
Right.
And so that's usually just for Great Falls. But if you're outside of that area, you can have a congregate meal or go to the senior center within your community and have a meal with the people that also enjoy the senior center. We have our senior centers in Belt, Cascade, Centerville, Sun River Valley, Monarch, Nyhart, and here in Great Falls. And they all do provide a meal, different days, different times. So you'd have to get a hold of your center to see if they're open on one particular day or the Great Falls, they're open 5 days a week.
Okay, great. Well, thanks, because I really wanted to talk about the congregate meals are such an important socialization piece to that program.
Yes.
So I'm glad we have it. Okay, so let's move on to kind of a weird category, because I never really know what this is, but commodities.
So Commodities is our monthly food program. We are connecting with the state and with the USDA, United States Department of Agriculture, and we are able to provide people a monthly food box. It is income dependent, and so we have to make sure that you meet the income guidelines, and we're looking at all income. But if you are eligible, you can come to our agency, you drive through, you show your ID, and then we can provide to you items that like a block of cheese, milk. Usually it's either a shelf-stable milk or powdered milk. We might have a variety of fruits and vegetables. Usually you're getting at least 3 cans of fruit, 3 cans of vegetables. You'd have cereal, whether it's dried or cooked. We do have canned meats that vary. It could be like a beef or a chicken. Then we do have pasta or rice. And so all of these items are then put together into a bag, I should say. And then when the client comes through, we check their ID, make sure that's all good, and then we just bring out the items for them.
Wow, that sounds fabulous. And I just remember years ago, Commodities being very different, and all the wonderful things, the foods that you listed weren't necessarily in Commodities yet, again, years ago. So this has been, listening to your list was great, because it sounds like there's been a real effort to make it better than just, a box of Hamburger Helper and a can of peas, right?
Well, through the USDA and through the state, they offer a list of items that we can order. And so we try to get as much of a balance as we can from what they offer us. And so it's not there to completely feed you for an entire month, but it is there for supplemental food.
And it's going to help. Great. And you know what, folks? We only got through 2 more programs. We have 3 to go. We have all this great information for you. We want you to know the resources available to you. And, today we're focusing on Area 8, which is out of Great Falls in Cascade County. But there's an area agency wherever you are in Montana. You just need to call 1-800-551-3191, and you'll be routed to the area agency that is going to be serving your community, your county. And maybe some of these benefits work for you, fit for you. And remember what we always say. This is a hand up, not a handout. We have more to talk about, so don't go anywhere. Stay with us.
Every 65 seconds, someone is affected with Alzheimer's or other dementias. Many become isolated at a time when help is most needed. If you or someone you love is affected, help is available, both for people with memory loss and their caregivers. Memory loss can feel frightening, but you are not alone. Call the free 24/7 Alzheimer's Association helpline, 800-272-3900, for guidance and support.
Elder abuse is a growing problem, and it's happening right here in our Montana communities. At least 1 in 10 older adults are victims of physical or emotional abuse, financial exploitation, or neglect. To get help or report elder abuse, call your local area agency on aging or Adult Protective Services at 1-844-277-9300.
Did you just text me?
I didn't want to disturb you if you were sleeping.
Sleeping? I'm sitting right next to you, silly.
There you are. Hey, I found a couple of Medicare helping programs online that I think we ought to look into.
It says if we qualify, we can get help paying for our prescription drugs. Oh, and there's a program that can help pay our Part B premium.
To learn more about extra help and Medicare savings programs, call your local SHIP counselor today.
Maybe I better text him.
I was angry and upset when the doctor told me I have diabetes. I just didn't want to deal with it, the needles and the diet restrictions. But after I started to learn about it, those feelings changed. I was at risk for a heart attack caused by high blood sugar. That got my attention. I started watching my diet and making sure I got enough exercise every day. I want to be around for my grandkids, and now that I know what to do, it seems like a small price to pay.
Ask your doctor about diabetes education or visit montana211.org.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Aging Horizons. It's our Medicare monthly show and we're here talking with Pam Roach, who's out of Area 8, Agency on Aging in Great Falls. Pam, so good to have you. You've been just a wealth of information.
Thank you.
Let's talk just briefly about the last couple of programs that you really deal with. And the first is the Resource and Assessment Specialist, which are the staff that are helping with this.
Right, and that's including me. Mm-hmm. And so when you call, either I would be able to answer questions, Medicare, general questions, anything that might need some information to be sent out to you, I'm the person they're going to. Now, we do have a new hire. Her name is Val, and so she'll be able to do that as well. But all of our staff can definitely answer questions. It's more so when you have phone calls or if you need information sent out. We will be the ones who will be able to answer those.
And we're going to put your phone number up one more time so that folks can make sure they know how to, because the important thing is they know how to get a hold of you, and then you can direct that traffic after that. Mm-hmm. And the one of the other programs was the Foster Grandparents Program.
Yeah, so we do have a program, and that's run by Tina. She's the program manager on that one. And so that's where you go into the schools and help students in the classrooms. There is an application, they do a background check, but it's a program that serves both the needs for the elementary or middle school students, whomever you're working with, as well as for those who are aging at home.
Yeah,
go out into the community.
And again, yet another way to engage with your community so that you're not sitting at home alone and worried and wondering what's going to happen with the world, right? You can go and have a great time with those kids and read to them and that sort of thing. Okay.
Yep.
And then finally, you have a durable medical equipment sort of closeter program. Tell us about that.
We do. We have a space in our building, and we are able to accept wheelchairs, walkers, I'm trying to think of bathroom, transfer tub chairs, and all of those durable medical items that are most commonly used. If it is anything close to the body, like a CPAP machine, we cannot accept it, but we do get the larger items. Those are the ones that seem to go out most quickly, come back in very quickly. It is a donation program, so we do have a spot where we can set them aside. We also do have several incontinence products, so if you're in need of like a bed mat or something like that, those items have been donated, so we can also hand those out. All you have to do is get a hold of us, come up to our agency, and we'll tell you, here you go, and
great.
You get to take it home, no cost. You don't have to sign your name away from it. And we do, yes, accept those items like the walkers, the wheelchairs, the transfer benches. I can never remember to say that correctly. But if they're in good shape and are clean.
Okay. So this brings us all back to Medicare, because the area agencies are helping with all these services, and one of the jewels in the crown is obviously going to be Medicare. So you have folks that work on that, as you said, Pam. Tell us a little bit about what they can do, enrollment and help with picking plans and stuff.
That's what I do, and then our new person, Val, that's what she does as well. So we're here as a Medicare resource, if you want to think of it that way. We can help with enrollment. We can answer those questions about those who are newly to Medicare or coming up to Medicare. We can go through programs that can help you. There are financial assistance programs that are part of Medicare that we can help you through with the application or just the information. We have the Medicare Savings Program that helps with Part B premiums. There is an online application. There's also a paper application. We can help you with both of those. There's the Extra Help Program through Social Security that helps with the Part D. That's the prescription drug coverage premiums, deductibles, and your copays for your prescriptions. And then if you are not eligible for that Extra Help program, there is another program called Big Sky RX. That is a state-run program, and it can help with monthly premiums. It does not reduce the deductibles or the copays, but it sometimes having a premium paid helps offset the cost of the prescriptions. So there are financial assistance programs that we can help with also.
That sounds great. And I think we need to take a moment here to say your staff are objective bystanders. They give out the information, but they're not choosing, are they?
We are not. We are not agents. We're not affiliated with any particular company. We're just going to tell you this is what's available and then give you some information and think of some questions to think about as to what would best meet your needs. And then you as the consumer are making the decision.
Right. And I think it's important to also remind folks that, pretty much anybody on Medicare knows that sort of October 15th through December 7th is the re-enrollment every year. But you also help in the off season, if you will, don't you?
Oh, most definitely. There's people always turning 65 or those who are going on to Medicare through disability. So we're there to support everybody who is coming up to or has Medicare, whether it's a question or they're having a billing issue or they just need a little clarification as to what's the difference between original Medicare versus an Advantage plan, or what is Part C. Right. I've heard about D, and where does it go?
Right. And also, let's remember to clarify that these helping programs, you can really look into those any time of the year, can't you?
There are no enrollment dates for those. Those programs are available at any time. So if you think you're interested, all you have to do is give us a call and we can go over the guidelines and resource amounts. And if you're eligible, we will certainly here to help you enroll.
That's just awesome. Well, Pam, we're running out of time. I would love to talk to you longer, so I'm going to make you come back again one of these days. We had a great time.
Thank you.
Thanks for being with us. Folks,
thank you very much.
Remember, reach out to your area agency for Medicare assistance and other programs you might be eligible for. For Aging Horizons, I'm Kimmy Everman. Thanks for being with us.
Special thanks to the Department of Public Health and Human Services for their continued support. Hosts on Aging Horizons are program specialists at the Montana Office on Aging. Production facilities provided by Video Express Productions. For more information about Aging Horizons, call the Department of Public Health and Human Services toll-free at 800-332-2272.